Hello, hello, visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. How are you? Welcome back to our Momentum Monday. Today is our 133rd episode, and it's the most, maybe one of the most interesting topic. Today is about your story time. Who are you? Who are you, and also who are those one of you who are ready to tell your stories? Yeah. Who don't love stories? You can comment. I'm just curious, okay? You can comment under my video. Let me know if you are not interested in stories. I will be thinking, okay, that's quite a special. But from our majority of our people's experience, right? When we talk about the stories, we love it. Why we do love it? And by the way, when I was searching for some story time related images or pictures, right? I just those great like those pictures reminded me those like especially the one I shared right with the like almost like a campfire, people around the fire and sharing about the stories and it looks like it's so warm, and also like reminding me about the childhood. I don't know how many of you when we talk about the storytelling you remember childhood when we were child, right? We were children. We all maybe had that experience, either our parents or some relatives or maybe your grandparents, right? Or some of us, it's actually our neighborhood people, like those adults, or maybe some even like young people, right? They have that kind of a, like we had a great experience of storytelling. And I, as a mom now, I still remember when my kids were little, I was telling them the stories, especially those like bad stories you call, or like um, I still remember when my daughter had the uh, appendix, you call appendix surgery, right? She was so nervous, afraid. She was just a few years old, and she was almost like when she was like almost like a banded, right? Was could not move, and when she got wounded by her eyebrow. You know how many kids get that kind of accident, right? The eyebrow, they fell down and the eyebrow broken and went to ER, had the surgery, and that's the time I was telling her the stories to calm her down because I used to tell my kids stories. I made up all this like we call red apple, green apple stories. I put all those like almost like let's say um Indiana Jones style of adventurous stories. I made up all those stories, right? But the characters, major characters are green apple and red apple, whatever. It's just like an apple word instead of a human words, right? It's very funny. I did not know I had that kind of a genius talent to tell those stories till I became a mom, right? When I was little, my memory was I, as a child, with other children of our community, listen to some other adults' stories. That's a beautiful time, but at the same time, during that time, back in China, dozens of years ago, it's quite kind of a like a it's also like a scary time, to be honest, because they keep sharing all these kind of ghost stories for little kids, right? Sounds like very mysterious and adventurous, but at the same time very scary. All those kind of ghost stories haunted me for many years. I could barely like dare to sleep by myself for many years. I was trying to hide inside my quilt. It's all these kind of rich imaginations, right? Stories really stimulate our rich imaginations. Till thank God, years, many years later, became after I became adult, and after I believed in God. Thank God, God's light, like His mighty light, drove all those ghosts, shadows away from my, and also those fears of ghosts, right, away from my life. So I definitely thank God. If you want to have some proof of God's work, that's one of it. Um, so those are beautiful story time, right? If I can remember, I know even though those ghost stories haunted me for many years, it's really like a shadow followed me, but it's still like a very warm children's like a childhood memory, because those times you can gather when parents were still like busy working, and you can gather with like friends and the community and have that kind of a attractive, even though it's scary to death, but it's so attractive, right? And those like like almost like how you call it, enchanted, right? Enchanted time for you to just get addicted and just want to, even though no matter how much you are scared, you still want to get back to listen to those stories because during that time, right? all the children, and including now, even though we are adults, we still have that curiosity as a child inside of us. So we are curious about stories. We are still like fancy about stories, right? So that's why last Friday, I remember Thursday, Friday, I shared a post asking people like if you were taking a challenge to share 10 stories, 10 quick stories for today, right? Today. And what would you share? What stories would you share? Oh my goodness, I got quite some interesting feedback. Let me quickly share with you. And I will share with you as well. I also printed my stories list. So I want to give you some good examples so you will know, because today's topic, we're not just about any stories, right? We're talking about some meaningful stories, because today we're saying that, do you know what differentiates you the most from others? Okay, especially for our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers, we are here to change other people's lives, right? That's our dream, and that's also our goal. Do you know what differentiates you the most from the others? Okay, so and today's topic is about a story. Now you know that's this religious story, but not just any story. There could be tons of stories, right? Every day, just like when you go to the bookstores, you have tons of books, but we're not reading any books, right? For me, what specific attracted me in the books could be, you could find me ended up at those either like columns, or you call like categories or areas for personal development, psychology I'm not so much, but yeah, and biography, I'm so into that, and and spirituality, things related to our thoughts, to our wisdom, and our personal growth. That's where I will end up with. So how about you? I'm just interested. Feel free, by the way, no matter if you are watching this live or like replay, comment under video so we could have a best interesting interaction, because I always check the comments. So what differentiates you the most? Because you want, last week we talked about stand out. This world have so many great people, but among so many, like 8 billion of people at the same time, because there's so many crowds, right? And the majority of them are actually, like you could call it a mediocre people. And we are called here to lead people, to inspire people, to empower people, to help other people. So we are life changers. So that means like, but if you do not really present and with your uniqueness, with your specialties, and you will not really stand out, right? We have so many entrepreneurs, great entrepreneurs. They have great goal inside, but they don't know how to stand out. They just feel like intimidated by all this kind of noises around them, right? From market and also from inside. So what can really differentiate you the most from others, right? So today we're talking about stories. What kind of stories? Not any stories we want to share, even though people all want to know, like even gossips, right? Gossips are stories as well. But we are not here for those meaningless stories. We are here for meaningful stories that could attract people and also help us ourselves to stand out. So what does that mean to be meaningful stories? So I will share and audit some like stories to share with you, like what does it mean for meaningful stories. Also, how could you make a great impact as expert and also abundant entrepreneur and leader, thought leader? How could you stand out? Okay, make a great impact as who you are called to be. All right. So here, the stories means meaningful stories means that those stories are purposeful. You're not just here sharing any stories, and you could share, for example, your daily living and whatever spontaneous you meet. Spontaneous does not mean it's not good, right? But if it's really meaningful, we need to have that filter. What kind of filter should you have? The first one, the number one, is like, are you clear about your purpose here? Do you really have that clear idea about why you are here and why you're doing what you do? Okay, I hope you are doing what you love to do, but why you're doing it? Okay, what's the purpose? So whenever we share the stories, we need to have an ending, like a purpose there. If what we are sharing is serving my purpose, is align me with my purpose. At the same time, when you are on a purpose, you are serving people. And for example, people will say, years ago, I also say, oh, our ultimate purpose is happiness, right? But happiness, if it's only for you, or only for your family. That kind of happiness is very narrow purpose. Yeah, of course we are here. Nobody wants to live in the middle, right? We want to live in happiness. We want to live in abundance. Like I focus on abundance. It's even a higher level than happiness. But happiness, the majority of the time, is like focus on you, on yourself, or your loved ones. And many people would say, oh, my purpose is my children, my purpose is my spouse, my purpose is my parents, my purpose is me, and like all this kind of that's very narrow. It's legit, it's okay, it's good purpose, but it's a very narrow purpose. When your purpose really expanded, your vision expanded to serve the world, serve the people, right? Maybe you could not, like literally cannot really change the whole world, right? But we are called here to impact those people who are meant for us to help, to transform their lives, to impact. In another way, if in a ripple effect, right? You impact your tribe of people and they impact other people. If you use your positive energy, positive gifts, right? Your services help them, and then ripple effect, they will help other people as well. So in other words, we are literally changing the world, right? But no matter how big, like small or big scope, you are helping other people. We want the stories we are sharing here to align with it. And many times, actually, there are so many things happening in our lives. I believe many of you, when you are called to be here, to become visionary entrepreneurs, to change other people's lives, because you've already experienced that. I call what? Your purpose, your dream, your vision, and especially your life stories. And especially, there are so many life stories, right? But especially those ones, transformative for you. So that's your transformative life story. Those ones are fully aligned with your purpose. And of course, you need to be clear about what's your purpose. And through those transformations, you understand your life purpose. And combine that together, when you share those stories, that will be meaningful. Okay, that will be impactful as well. So that's here what we're talking about, the stories. And of course, every day, like those marketers or successful digital, digital marketers, or digital creators, right? They create every day so much content. Like they will tell you, like that's why I mentioned about 10 stories, right? Some of those successful geniuses, that they said every day you must share like 10 stories on Instagram and like here and there, be dominant everywhere. Like Russell Brunson, the ClickFunnels founder, said, be dominant and everywhere, just like let people should see you everywhere. And they had so much content, and they hire teams to create content like videos, images, and posts for them, so that they create you could call that expanded effect and also compounding effect, because if they keep doing that, right, and then more and more people they will reach to, and more people will do. If their content is very interesting, people will follow them. I hear like no matter how big impact you are making today, you want to focus on the meaning. Start from small. If you cannot afford to hire people to do the marketing for you, just by yourself. Organic marketing can still work, okay? Because they all started from organic marketing, and before they can hire anybody or like have used their partners to do that. And by the way, that's another level of strategies we will talk about more in the future sessions, in the future episode about the content marketing. But today here, let's focus on the content itself, right? So we are here to share our stories. And we want, it's not just for marketing, okay? We are here to change other people's lives. So we want to share those inspiring stories. And those stories, what differentiates us from others is definitely our purposeful and transformative life stories. Those stories are unique, are so dear to us, right? Unique from our own journey, and no one else have that. So God is amazing, no matter what you believe in, okay? God, I have my own God, maybe different definition of your God or whatever you believe in, universal intelligence, it's totally fine. I hope you have a faith, okay? And because that's make you expanding. So, and help you become greater. So, I mean, like God is great. It's just like whichever purpose He really created you with, He will create to help you to have that kind of experience to prepare you for that purpose. And we did not know. Majority of the time, we don't know. We could be like blind in the journey. during the process, right? We are like a product of the process. So many of you are calling that. So we are the product in the process, and many times majority time we are blind. We did not know that we are in that process. And when we are going through some like challenges and obstacles or adversities, we did not know we are being made. We are being created. And it's not just like we were born, we were created, it's everything's done. Our journey, our life journey, is that a continuous process of us being created into the version that we are meant to become. Okay, so that's why your life journey, especially those transformative ones, are really the ones creating you, preparing you. Of course, every day we have so many like a mundane kind of like a mediocre kind of a life experience, right? We're humans, we live in this world. Every day we have so many times like we could feel like, oh, this is so meaningless, or it's like this is so normal, and we do not feel any kind of specialty, right? But very interesting, I will share with you, if you are conscious, when you become a conscious observer of your life, when you really experience some big challenges, big challenge, I will give you some examples, right? So through those challenges, those darkness, and after you went through it, you will find that out that they are purposeful. Only afterward, you will find that. So one example from me, my life is like life before my coaching, entrepreneurship, is quite like standard. I went on the corporate track, or before that, I was an excellent student. Right? I come from China, excellent student, and top A students, and went in. After I graduated, I got into those like including international companies, national bank in China, and international companies, and companies from U.S. and also like eventually I got into Fortune 100 company. My position also, let's say, changed, upgrade, right? Till one day, financial crisis, I lost my job in the financial industry, right? In a big company, in the headquarters in downtown Manhattan, like a Wall Street. That kind of a nice career, right? Previously looks like, oh, that's perfect path for me. But till that awakening moment happened to me, then I found out, okay, even Fortune 100 company, right? Through all my dozens of years of efforts, and the fate is still not in my hand. And the things I'm doing sounds like in the standard like a point of view, looks like a good, but I did not feel meaningful. I did not feel valuable. I did not feel that kind of a contribution, and I also did not feel that kind of a fulfillment of my life. So even before I lost my job, I already got like lost in my mind. I was fine. What's the point? I still went to a job, right? After a few years, I feel like totally 13 years of a corporate world. I just feel like I could not find deep meaning anymore. And I became a mom. I had a family. I came to US for love, not really for American dream. I came here for love, purely for love. And after 10 years of a long distance relationship, right, friendship, finally we gathered together and married and get a family and had children. Now I'm a young mom, a new mom, and I lost my job, and I got confused and lost. And what should I do, right? And my life is like it's like, should I keep going to another Fortune 100 company, just climbing the corporate world? I did not feel that kind of motivation to do that anymore. So life during that time, thank God I had a family, right? Now it's not like life is not just for money or for independence, but life is more for the meaning, for the fulfillment, for the value. So that's where I did the first time consciously I can remember is life's quest. Even previously I had all those like a different kind of dreams, want to become a greater person, but I did not have that clarity at all. And in China, I did not have that kind of resources. We had a great philosophy world, but during that time we did not have really like a personal development world or industry to facilitate, to empower us. So till I came to the US, after I lost my job, after I left I decided to leave the corporate world to explore some new way, right? Some way I could find myself, some way I could find the true value of life. and I found that a practical philosophy school in Manhattan. I went there and studied philosophy, lifestyle philosophy. That's beyond any knowledge you can learn in the college, right? Or in the school system. And so for the first time, I started to think about the life itself. Those questions have been forgotten for so many years for our youth people. So that's why after I became a parent, and I went through this journey, and I through 6 months of my personal search. That's a real starting exploration, instead of some other people keep feeding you the knowledge, right? That's a real life learning. I discovered my life purpose, and then I get a career coach's help. Eventually I completed my process and really confined clarified what is my purpose, what is my vision for my life, and what kind of core values I want to fulfill in my life. And I found that coaching is the perfect way for me to both develop myself and reveal myself, and also at the same time to empower many other people to find their true purpose, their passion, to do what they love to do. So since then, I decided to become an entrepreneur, become a coach. And I went to New York University, got my coaching certificate, and started my entrepreneurship and coaching business. That was 14 years ago. By the way, I hope you like this story. But that's not the only story. Transformative story. Another one, even deeper. If I say this story I just shared with you, transformed my mind, transformed my mindset, okay? But another one is really transformed me emotionally and also spiritually. Really deep touched my soul. That was after I went through my marriage crisis. I found he betrayed me. That's so devastating to me. So painful. So painful. And I was totally heartbroken, and it's like I lost my meaning, okay? I lost my life meaning, because previously my life's meaning was love, especially love from my loved ones, right? The one I married, the one I really pursued over 10 years, and the one I became my kids' dad. So that was my major meaning for my life. And once I found this fact that he betrayed me, betrayed our family, and everything is scattered. It's just everything is just, my world shut down to me. I could not find any meaning of my life anymore, because my happiness was built on him, built on the relationship, the love with him. And once this was broken, I could not find that meaning anymore, and I lost myself. And for quite a few years, honestly, I was struggling in the deepest darkness, the spiritual status. And I found quite a few times, not just a few times, quite some times, quite many nights, days and nights, I found myself could not continue to live. I even tried suicide, went on the Long Island Railroad station, get on the track, almost get myself killed. But miraculously, during nighttime, okay, then it's I still remember, it's December. It's January 80 years ago. January 80 years ago, not a cold winter in New York. And I was frozen on the track, and I was just wishing to die, to just end everything, end my pains. That's all I could think. It's just end my pains, please, God. It's just even though I still believe in God, but I lost my faith in Him. I thought, God, forget me. God, you have already abandoned me, just like my father abandoned my mother and my family, right? I just had that kind of a similar feeling, my loved ones, my father, my husband, and God, they all abandoned me. So what's the point for me to live anymore? So I gave up. I really tried to give up, okay? Try to give up. I begged to God to let me finish my life, okay? So, but miraculously, the train stopped for me during the middle night. In the darkness, the train stopped for me. From far away, they saw me standing on the track near the station. They stopped before they get into the station. So just during that time, I just said, God, sounds like the easiest way to end my life, but you still saved me. Why? I was asking that cold night. I was frozen to death, but I said, Why, God, I could not die? Why you still keep me? For what? For what? I keep asking nothing. For what? Why? 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 Till I had that moment, almost like I woke up. My life is not meant to finish at that night. My life is meant for more. God wants to keep me. He wants to keep me for a bigger purpose. The purpose belongs to Him. During that time, I feel like my life does not belong to me anymore, but my life belongs to God and belongs to the bigger purpose He called me to do. That during that time I woke up, because I am a coach. I am a life changer. I am a person here to help other people. I'm not supposed to end my life. My life is here for others. That time I woke up, my life is not for my husband, for my children, for my little small family anymore. My life is for the world. It's for God's purpose. So after that, it's not overnight. I honestly admit it's not overnight. It's super hard, so difficult, so struggling every day, like dragging my every piece of my physical body, right, to get that little by little pieces back of my life back. It's just like it's all disappeared like sands, and now God is helping me, and I'm also connecting that courage and that kind of little energy piece by piece back, that sand putting back into me. And this person is not old me anymore. This new person is abundant person. I found this deep purpose of abundance, even though when I was not feeling happiness anymore. Previously, I was thinking that happiness is the ultimate purpose of life. And then I realized that 8 years ago, happiness, even when we do not feel happiness, even when we have enough reasons to like swipe out tears, right, and to really like wipes, and really like feel sadness, feel that pains, deep pains inside of us, we could still be abundant. That kind of a big purpose, that kind of a mission, that kind of a call, and that kind of a strength, resilience inside of us, that is the abundance I call. Okay, abundance. Nowadays, through 80 years of transformations, nowadays abundance is more expanded meaning to me, right? Abundance in every aspect of your life. But originally, that abundance is that little fire, that little seed God planted into our life. That's just like everything, it's like almost everything, including your physical. I could not feel my physical existence anymore, right? Even including your physical, everything is like disappeared. That seed of your soul, that's the origin of our life, because that's our life is all a soul. Started with the soul and then become a biologically a physical body, and then we have like mind. After you become like a kids, right, eventually someday you realize you have thoughts, you realize the me, you realize the existence, you realize the world, the relationships, everything, right? And then you have all these kind of emotions around you. Okay, so it's just like a piece by piece, God enriched our life, but starting all originally from that little soul seed. We are just the beginning is the soul. Okay, so from there, that kind of abundant soul, that seed, grow back into me now, the complete person, the person who is not depending on any other one but me, even not depending on God anymore. Okay, I know God is my creator, but I'm not even depending on God anymore, because I know that God created us in His image, and we are here to be independent person. We are creator as well. So there are so many, I know that now the world is so much divided, right? So many religions, so many like beliefs, so many like different faiths, whatever you call it, right? But I made that decision that my life is independent. My life is complete. I'm not depending on anything, anyone, anything, anybody, any whatever like conditions, even including God. Even including God. Like people say, I used to go to like a Christian church. I still respect the religion, all these religions, Buddhism, whatever, right? All these kind of different religions, and respect them if they are truly hold on to love. Like recently, I really love a friend shared like a picture to me. Let me quickly find that because I really love that. Let me quickly find it here because he mentioned. Let me see if I can find it. This is a great. I just want to quickly share with you here. This one I think is genius. I will share it quickly later, and because that's really about our faith. Oh my God, he's sharing so much. Where is his newest one? Maybe not here. Where did I find that? Sorry, the origin, as I remember, is just like a Buddhist. Buddha did not believe in Buddhism, right? And Christ did not really believed in like a Christianity. All this kind of what we believed in, those original ones, they all believed in love. Okay, love is their true religion. So if you believe in love, doesn't matter whatever religion you believe or faith you have, or someone only have, like me, I call myself spirituality. I have the spirituality, but I'm not religious. Okay, I respect all the religion there as long as they are truly come from love. Okay, that's what love is our true religion. That's what I believe. Okay, so we are here till I become, the story is like ended up, I became abundant person, and I stand up now as abundance thought leadership coach. And now I expanded my coaching into a new level, and now I'm here to empower visionary entrepreneurs and life changers like you to step up for your call and stand out as confident expert and thought leader in your field to transform more lives. So that's my call. I thank God for this transformation. But the true God is really the love. Okay, the true love, the true abundance we have in this world. And that's a blessing. That's true blessing, okay, for our life. So today we're here to talk about meaningful stories. Those transform stories that I share two of mine, right? From mindset to my emotional and relationships, and also my spirituality. Really, those transformations get me to where I am. And I'm still in this process. And I'm keeping myself open for new changes, new growth. Every day I'm growing. And so here I want to share with you this journey. I want to invite you to join this abundance journey that we together explore deep inside ourselves, our soul, our heart, our mind, and become the person we are called to become. So that's why I encourage all of you, share your stories, right? The meaningful stories aligned with your purpose, your passion, with your mission, with your vision, with what you are called here to become. Okay, so those transformational life stories, I want to dig deep to find those and to keep sharing it, so that because those stories are so meaningful, it's like created for you. Okay, everything happened for you. It's not like to you. Because initially we think all these adversities, challenges, they happened to us. Like we are a victim, we are so harmed, right? We are so damaged, and we are so, life is so unfair. God, you forget me, or whatever. Like it's like life is like fate is like unfair to me, where I'm unlucky. All this kind of thinking, right? It's like we are victim, like that kind of scarcity thinking. Right? And when we were admire other people made that success, and they have riches, they have a family, they have beautiful marriages, they have a great whatever, right? Resources, they have the impact, they have a reputation, they have everything, and we may put us like as a victim, and we have that scarcity kind of thinking. And till we really dig deep into those meanings of our life stories, find the behind that deep purpose, the things happened for us, till we get into that scarcity to abundance, from blaming or complaint to gratitude, to appreciation. And that's our transformation. Okay, those stories can really change people's lives, because happening for us it's purposeful, not just for us. It's like my life stories. Initially, I did not want to share because my husband cheated on me, right? It's just like that kind of darkness stories. I feel like it's so shameful in our traditional Chinese definition. It's shame. It's shame. It's like most times it's like those women's fault. They think you are not attractive enough, or you may be too strong enough, or you scare your man away. All these kind of things, right? The blame in you, in those ones, like women. But initially, I also thought myself is that as a victim, and now I took 100% of responsibility. Whatever like result, right? I am part of it. I created it. I contributed to it, and nobody else to blame, including him. Nobody else to blame. Everyone has their own pursuit, right? And if we get to that state, that means I did not do the best of my version as well. I was more in that kind of scarcity, scary, and like a state of insecurity, and so needy, so emotional. I mean, emotional needy and attached, and put all my happiness on him, right? Which man can hold all those kind of like that kind of deep love, but also at the same time deep attachment, right? So that's why I take now 100% of my responsibility, and understood that the adversity that happened for me now, so that now here I am sharing my stories for you, for this time, for this moment, and for the future, many more other meaningful times and moments as well, so that I could share these meaningful stories with you, these transformations with you, so that if you are struggling with some similar things, you could be empowered, you could be inspired, you could see the light, even though sometimes I know it's slim, right, at the beginning time. You can see the light that could transform your life as well. Even for one life, that stories fulfill its purpose as well. But I know that now I'm impacting dozens of thousands of people's lives. So it's not just for one person, it's for so many. So it's really purposeful. So, but your life, so many stories in your life, it's also so purposeful as well, right? So here, let me quickly share some other our interesting entrepreneurs, great people's stories as well, because I really want to highlight them as well. I am so grateful that they replied to my post and shared their stories. Let me see. Here, let me share with you a few of them. Let's see, who is this one is the first one. January Nidal. By the way, January Nidal, I will invite you to my group, Abundant Entrepreneurs, because you are great ones who dares to take the challenge, right? You share the first one, and I actually loved yours, and it's really let's say it's very inspiring. Let me see if you are the really first one. Entrepreneurship at 10. Yeah, she said she put those 10 points, right? The 10 quick stories she would like to share. She said entrepreneurship at 10. I lived in PNG. Third one is money mindset. Fourth one is valuing self. Number 1 is a positive self-talk. Number 6 is a kids financial literacy. Number 7 is motivation versus discipline. Number 8 is the top 10 things to eat for a super brain. Number 9 is 80% of nutrition and 20% of exercise. 10 is ghosts, fairies, and aliens. Myth or reality. Very interesting. Okay, I would say that combination is great because she covers from like different diversified areas, right? All related to her interests. Like entrepreneurship, she's an entrepreneur. She would share about her journey about entrepreneurship since 10, right? That's great. And she lived in PNG, even though I'm not sure about the PNG, but her life experience there and the money mindset. It's like little by little you can see that a personal growth, right? And a positive self-talk, and then kids financial literacy. And later I know that she's doing finance related business, so she's talking about like related to her business. That's great. And then motivation and versus discipline. So mindset as well. Top sense to eat for super brain and nutrition, everything like exercise. I could see that she's interested in all this nutrition stuff, right? And me too. And that can really connect with people. So that's great combination. And then the ghosts, fairies, aliens, myths or reality. This is related to, for example, now Halloween is quite is on the way, and she's sharing this is quite related to the trend. I would say that's a great combination, and it's quite interesting, right? Both it's also like meaningful because both served her business, her like what her specialty is, and she could help other people at the same time. She also like as a mom, right? As a mom, sharing like kids financial literacy that can connect with other parents, and like nutrition connect with other like people who interest in health related thing. right? And then a trendy. That's a great one. Congratulations, January. You passed the challenge. And now next one. Next one. I also love it. It's called, I think her name is Adenine Zheng. She said she would share, number one, from rock bottom to radiance, a journey of a mom who found her shine. Oh, okay. I especially love hers as well. And that's, remember, she's a journey of a mom who found her shine. From bottom to radiance. That's like from there you can see that, oh, that's a transformative stories, right? And the second one, she said, how I turned tragedy into triumph. And the third one is reclaiming my identity. Number 4, breaking the mom autopilot cycle. From there, I already loved her stories, and you can see it especially is because you can see that consistency, that kind of thread, right? It's like a very consistent story. Now, number 5, the power of limitedness belief, how I overcame self-doubt. Number 6, motherpreneurship. You see, it's very consistent, right? Her personal transformations and get into motherpreneurship and now serving her community, turning passion into a purposeful business. Number 7, rediscovering joy, a mom's guide to self-care and balance. And number 8, empathy in action, supporting moms through community. See, all related to her mom entrepreneurship. And number 9, beyond the stereotypes, celebrating the diverse paths of motherhood. Number 10, moms who care, the legacy of self-discovery and action. That's wonderful. You see, all her 10, different from the last one, January's one. And let me see, Adenine's is like a consistent, congruent to one big topic, a big idea, but into 10 different small stories, right? But all aligned together for mom entrepreneurs. She can really use all these topics for 10 speaking topics, right? Now you get 10 weeks speaking talks to share with your mompreneurs or moms communities, right? So I love this one as well. Okay, the next one from Brenda Z. Flores. She said, here are my 10 amazing what we've all been through. You see, we all saying that everyone has your unique transformational journey. She said, number 1, bullied all through grade school. Number 2, overcame always feeling left out. Number 3, compared myself to others no more. Number 4, have a master's degree. Number 5, switched careers twice. Number 6, married 32 years. Number 7, started 2 multiple 6-figure business from the ground up. Number 8, climbed half dome in Yosemite. I'm not sure about this national park's pronunciation. Yosemite, maybe. Number 9, moved cross country at 18. Number 10, overcame fears of adventurous spots. You see that the first of you are focusing on her personal transformations, right? All from the bullied experience to eventually claim her power, right? To like, how to say, to does not compare herself anymore with others and started her 6-figure business from the ground up. So you can see that she is an expert who can teach you how to transform yourself from some negative background and being bullied or whatever, right? Like self-judged, feeling like left out, and into a successful business person and business woman. And then how her life experience as well, right? To take those adventurous challenges in national park, move across country, and some sports. That's a great story. See, did you see that? From me to all these amazing entrepreneurs, all different, unique experience. And another example I see here in another group, some other entrepreneurs shared. One is said, I would share stories about, this is Christine Tagler Labette. Oh, by the way, welcome Christine. She just joined our Christine. I think it's, I'm not sure it's a girl or a woman, or I think it's a woman. I'm not sure. Sorry, because the picture is a family picture, and I'm so horrible. I apologize. I'm so horrible at people's names. I'm sometimes not sure about it's the girl's name or woman or boy's name. So, but welcome to our Abundant Entrepreneurs community. I know today you joined our community, so welcome to you. And he said, I would share stories about how building a brand business is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Success does not happen overnight. You have to put in the work and be consistent. You have to be willing to show up every day for those you are trying to serve. You should not be chasing a downer because that never works. That's great, right? That's great insights. There are some really tough days, and these are the times you have to remind yourself that you deserve the success you are striving to achieve. So you need to keep going. It is in these moments where you will experience significant growth and truly stand out as a leader. It is a journey, but one that is so rewarding because you experience the personal and professional growth. You help and serve others, and you achieve the success you desire in the end. Applause to Christine. I'm so love this. And I think your insights is totally, I'm resonating with that. You see, when you share your stories, when you share your insights, and especially this is like the Christian's transformational insights through that journey. And people can resonate because we all may go through some similar journeys, right? Even though we go different paths, we all get into the ending point is like we get that transformational mindset, and spiritually and emotionally we all got that transformations, right? That's amazing. Thank you, Christine. And also Nas let me pronounce the name. I apologize again if I did not pronounce correctly. Okay, Nas Ekiveria. Wonderful. She contributed that great question. I think it would be about my client's wins, or maybe this is a gentleman as well. I'm not sure Nas is a woman or a man's name. Sorry for that. Great question. So that it would be about my client's wins. That's a great point as well. When you share other people's successful stories, especially your clients' stories, and that's the best the social proof, and also the best like a blessing, right? Because that means like you fulfilled your purpose as well to serve other people, and their successful stories is really like could transform other people's, could inspire other people's as well. So all those ones, all those answers, congratulations, you really like meet this challenge. Okay, you really made this challenge. And sharing those stories, as you can see, when I'm reading those stories, I feel interested. I believe when you are hearing many of you, right, you are hearing our stories, you may feel like, oh, interested, and I can connect with these persons as well, right? Instead of teaching, and I'll say in a traditional educational ways, just like feeling, right? That's no good. You want to get people use the story, illustrate ideas or insights that people to really understand. For example, Christine, you could also really share some of your ups and downs stories, and people get those points and insights you want to let them understand, right? So, and because that will help them remember deeper. All right, so that's some examples, by the way, from the stories. I believe, like, by the way, on LinkedIn we have thousands of people attract to our posts, and I believe there are more posts will be shared as this week. That's why this week I'm focusing on stories. That's why I said it is your story time. Are you ready? Are you ready? So, by the way, we're almost 1 hour, right? So I want to quickly invite you, because I definitely, I feel like so interested. I also connect with so many of you. I really want to deepen this journey so that we could empower more people, more of you, to like really share your story. By sharing, you will get more clarity. By sharing, you not just language, okay, you connect more, align more with what you are here as well. By sharing your stories, it's not just serving other people, it's also helping yourself as well. Okay, I promise you, because when my like quite a few years ago, when my speaking mentor challenged me, share my the most painful story, my shameful story, right? I did not want to. I did not. I swear to God, I did not want to. Okay, I tried to hide. I tried to like, but eventually, I took that challenge, and I step up, I speak up, and then I stand out, and that's where I stood out on like Nasdaq Jumbotron, and went to the expert summit in Nasdaq, inside the Nasdaq's building, inside of the like summit, and also the Harvard Club of Boston, the both expert summit. I stood up to share my most painful darkness stories, which I swear to God, I never wanted anybody to know. Okay, as a Chinese conservative culture, from that culture, philosopher culture, right? We just want to share good news. We just want to share whatever fancy fairy stories, right? Instead of just like our pains, our shameful darkness, life struggles, right? So but those ones liberated me. I would say it with you, really liberated me, freed me. I thank my mentor, speaking mentor, a Clint Arthur. I would give him Clint Arthur. Okay, search for his name. He's a great speaking mentor, creating celebrity speakers. I thank him, especially not just for him creating my status to be more like reputable or have a greater image at those famous places. I really thank him for challenging me, hold me accountable to share those darkness stories, those like a poison inside of me, like cancer inside of me. But once I share with them, I force myself to face it with courage, with that transparency, with authenticity, right? And then now I feel like more like free. I'm a free person. I'm not holding those inside of me and trying to hide it anymore, because I released it. I shared it with the world. One way I helped myself from a selfish, I'm not so familiar with this word, you can see that. Selfish standpoint, helped myself. But it's truly there to serve other people. If that inspired you, I would feel so blessed. I will thank God that this story created not just for me and for you as well. And it really served its purpose to help you, to just ignite you, to give you that kind of light bulb, or maybe like an aha moment, or inspiration, or even encouragement. I would feel so blessed. Okay, so here, finally, some invitation for us to really deepen this journey, because we are in this process, like we said, right? In this process, we're still like a product in this process. We keep growing, and we keep having like new stories, and even the old stories in the past, the stories, right? We have, when we become a new person, like a better version of person, and the sharing, the perspective, the understanding, the connection, everything about that story could become new level as well. Okay, so our past could expand, could grow with us as well. So many people said, oh, my past is already happened, I can never change it, I could never, like, how to say, turn that around, and it's a pity, it's whatever, it's like a old luggage there. No, actually, I would share with you from a abundance point of view. Our past grows together with us. Actually, I expanded my like say my thoughts today as well. Expand my past. Our past grows with us together. Our past could be changed. In our old self, our view of our past, because it all depends on our definition. Our past, like we could use previously, could use like a limited way to define it. But while we become better and better version of ourselves, our past could expand as well, and the past meaning could be expanded as well. Okay, the past points and the value to serve the world could be expanded at the same time. Okay, so that's why our whole life journey, including our past, our present, and our future, could all be expanded, including our vision. Okay, our visions for the future, and our vision could be expanded. I just updated my vision board last week, and I've been doing this vision board workshop for quite a while. And by the way, tomorrow I'm now making more like available to our people. So tomorrow we will have, instead of a Thursday, now we have a Tuesday. Every Tuesday now I'm making it available to you. Every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, we have the live dreams and vision board workshop. So I will share by the way, I will share my link tree, because I have quite many great resources. I do not want to share just one specific link. I will share my link tree. You can find, if you listen to this video, okay, you will check my link tree. There are quite a few handlers, so including social medias, including other like free resources, paid resources, whatever. It's like all very good resources for you. And find that dreams and vision board workshop. Okay, you will find access, and you can register to our tomorrow's workshop. And definitely I'm also thinking, let me know, okay, give me some feedback. I would really appreciate your feedback. I want to find a time in a week that we focus on the story time. I want to make this continuous going, because every day life is happening, right? And every day we're growing. We will certainly have new stories. So I want to have a once like, let's say, even maybe every day, not just once a week. Once a week is for community. I want a community story time. But every day I will share my new growth stories and inspirations. Okay, that's my challenge to myself. I hope you could challenge yourself as well. By the way, we have content freedom challenge, and you can check my link tree as well. From there, you could also join our content challenges. But anyway, I do not want to confuse you. Just focus on one step by step, because the first the fundamental thing for any great story is truly your clarity of your purpose, your dreams, and your vision. Because that's a foundation for any great growth and also the stories that you could serve other people. Okay, so we need to first have a clarity. So I always encourage you to go, if you have not, even though you maybe have created your vision board before, but if you have not went through my dreams and vision board workshop, this abundance workshop, I would encourage you to join it, because I guarantee you it will definitely expand your vision. Because every time when other even including other coaches, they had already created their vision boards before. After they joined my workshop, they said, wow, this expanded their imagination and vision as well. They never had this similar teaching before. Okay, so make sure that you give yourself this reward. Take this workshop and take this little challenge for yourself to really create your ultimate. We're talking about the ultimate vision board that I've been updating the same vision board for a few years, since 2020. Every day, because this is already my ultimate version. I know where it's ultimate I want to get to, but every year I update some little details and some specifics. Okay, so we will make sure that you get empowered to create your ultimate vision board as well. So from there, you will become invincible and unstoppable. Okay, we will look forward to seeing you inside. Everyone, keep your momentum, keep your passion and fuel, and let's make greater impact with our unique, purposeful, and transformative life stories. Okay, I will see you soon. Bye bye.